As a senior at Arizona State University and a technical writer, I am well versed in the areas of multimedia writing, and you can be just as excellent with the help of the PSA. Today, I will introduce to you the PSA and I will talk about a project I used it for. Now, you may be wondering, what is the PSA? The PSA is a 5-step problem-solving approach that helps creative professionals develop and distribute your work. This process consists of planning, researching, drafting, reviewing, and distributing your work. Today I'm going to show you how I used the PSA to develop and distribute a document. This semester I had the opportunity to utilize the PSA while creating a set of instructions. The purpose of my technical instructions was to guide readers into how to build a fun pinwheel made out of Post-its. During the rest of my presentation, I will use this as an example to show you how the PSA was used and what was successful in using it for this project. The first part of the PSA is plan. Always keep your audience in mind when making decisions about how you want to start creating your project. For example, this project was intended for young adults and professionals in the corporate world from early 20s and up who had some free time and wanted to impress cubicle mates with their fun, interactive pinwheel made of basic office supplies. Step 2 was my research. My research of the project consisted of brainstorming ways to build something fun and random. But I had to avoid using a kit set or materials that required permanently affixing parts. For me, my research consisted of playing around with my office supplies that I found on my desk. For other technical documents, you may use the internet, books, videos, etc. I began to play around with my office supplies, and being fond of sticky notes, I found that they could bend and fold in peculiar ways. After an hour of brainstorming and playing, I found a fun way to make ordinary office supplies into something extraordinary. Step 3 is drafting. After I created the pinwheel and did the steps, I wrote down the directions onto a Word document. I then took stills of the pinwheel in each step that accurately described it in a visual sense. After uploading these images to my Word document, I aligned and adjusted the document accordingly. PSA Step 4, Review. During the review process, I asked the help of my classmates who reviewed the site and provided me feedback that aided me in adjustments or lucidity. I also showed the email to other friends who thought would be interested in learning how to make a pinwheel to see if the directions were clear and direct. After taking my peers' advice, I edited and revised my draft to integrate their suggestions. PSA Step 5, Distribute. I distributed my final set of instructions to my professor. Afterwards, I posted it for my classmates, to my LinkedIn account, and to my blog. How the PSA has helped me. As a writer, using the PSA is not only a logical way to approach a project, but an extremely helpful guide if you're unsure how to attack the writing process. By following the PSA, ideas are in order, feedback is given, and your work is in its best state, and of course embodies your creative spirit. I can now receive and take criticism from my peers, critically think about my work, and now even be more attentive to detail. So what did we learn? Keep your target and audience in mind at all times. Figure out who they are and get to really defining who they are, their age, their culture, their everything you could possibly think of. What are the expectations of your work? Are your readers going to want it to be error-free, clear and concise? If the answer is yes to all of this, make sure you live up to your expectations. Has the point been made? Is it clear? Have people read your work and make sure that they understand that the point what the point is and if it's been made. Does it fulfill the audience's needs? And where will they view your document? Will they view it on a laptop, in a crowded lecture hall, on a piece of paper, or on their mobile device? These are all points that you need to keep in mind when constructing a document. I hope you now understand the importance of using the PSA in your documents and how it will assist you in creating a concisely written document that you and your audience will love and remember. Thank you again for your time.